Hello and welcome to Movie of the Year, the only podcast on the internet that has the science and the screaming to determine what is the single greatest movie of any given year. My name is Ryan, and you know what? Fucking bushes, beating around them. Let's not do it. I'm here with Mike.
Fucking hello, new listeners. How y'all doing?
And Greg.
Fucking, bushes, man? Yeah, same here. It's Greg. What's up?
And I want to thank all the new listeners for making their first episode, 1984 Intro Part 2.
Part 2,
You
yeah.
guys
Welcome.
You fucking freaks.
You guys
Welcome,
are
newbies.
wackos.
If this is your first time here, we do things a little bit differently, all right?
And if this is your first time here, it's mine too.
I don't know if I've ever said this on the show before, but anytime a restaurant's like, has anybody never been here before?
Say yes.
I'm always like, I've been here.
I've been here so many times.
Because if everybody
I
has been
live
there,
here.
the waiter will stop saying stuff to you. But
They
if you're
just
like,
mid-word, turn around, about face, and walk away.
oh, we've been here so much, we love the steakums and the cheesy tips.
Sure, the delicious dog treat steakums.
Oh, wait. Doctor, hold on.
What
Time
I like
out.
to do,
Stop the podcast. This
just
is
like Rocky
upsetting.
Horror Picture Show, even if I have been there, say never, and then throughout their whole spiel go, uh-huh, oh, uh-huh,
Ooh.
while in my head I'm thinking about anything
Yeah.
else.
You do things a little bit differently, don't you?
Small plates, you say.
Oh,
And then just
tapas.
stand up and applaud as hard as you can.
You did such a good job.
Guys, we are halfway through the first round
Woo!
of the
Wow.
1984 bracket.
That hour and 40 minutes just went by in a blur.
I love that in 6 months we get to watch a movie from this year.
But keep in mind that we did have, well, no, because then it'll be the 2024 end of the year stuff. So we'll be watching none of these movies. Keep in mind we did have to talk to each other about the year 1984, a year none of us were remember or were born in for
Yeah.
a
Care
solid
for.
45 minutes or so.
Yeah.
That was my favorite part. But we have 32 movies that haven't even been talked about yet. We have 16 movies in the Thirsty 32, and this is the episode.
Uh-huh.
If you skip the previous episode, it's actually kind of fine because this is
Yeah,
the show.
I could see why you would do that.
Yeah, if
People
you
used
like-
to have to pay extra for that first episode.
Oh shit!
And then we
What-
realized, wait, that should be the free one. This should be the paid one.
Always charge podcast listeners because what do they have money for? Like, give it to us.
Yeah,
Do
you
you guys wanna
obviously don't care about your time. I'm betting you also don't care about your money.
Before we get into the battles, which I'm so excited to do, Mike, name a movie that's in the Thirsty 32.
Oh, I can only name movies that are not Terminator.
And Greg,
Paris, Texas.
good job, guys.
We did it.
I thought of
Named them.
Romancing the Stone. The gods must be crazy.
I thought you were gonna say you were gonna stop at just name a movie, because if you stop that question at that point, that's the hardest question
yeah.
in the world.
Jurassic World, Dominion.
And you lucked out on the fact that there's a movie called Jurassic World. Because as
I
far as you
grabbed
know, you made
three
that up.
words
Yeah.
surrounding me.
So a bunch of movies are in. Let's get to it. When we come back, the rest of the battles. All right, Mike. At the end of the last episode, you were like, "Where are the movies that I've heard of?"
I think I did say that.
Why don't we get into it with your number 63 seed, Under the
Yeah.
Volcano?
This is where I sit.
Under the volcano.
I love to sit under the volcano.
I'm gonna go to Greg on
It's
this one.
toasty. It's
Greg,
a
this
spa.
is a movie, or this is a book that I've heard I should read and I've never read.
I honestly, I've never heard of the book, Ryan. So I'm gonna have to throw it right back to you. The only volcano book I've heard
Uno
of,
reverse.
Dianetics
By L. Ron Hubbard.
by L. Ron Hubbard.
Hubbard.
Is it true that this is the prequel to Joe versus Under the Volcano?
No, this is with Albert Finney. Your number 2 seed is Ghostbusters.
Oh, Ryan, have you heard of Ghostbusters?
I read the book. I haven't seen the movie.
The book Ghostbusters.
I've heard that this is a book I should read.
Ghostbusters is a good, not great movie.
I'm a little nervous about this continuing
That-
because we're gonna piss people off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we will. People will listen
Something-
and be furious. It's a mess.
Something about this movie makes people they like it, and it makes them angry if other people want to say anything about it.
My favorite blow up a party bomb is to say, I love Ghostbusters, but you know what movie is funnier?
It's Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Lady Ghostbusters.
The Lady
Oh.
Ghostbusters movie, as they called
It's
it. As
an
named.
actual comedy. And people, steam and flames.
Yes.
That is like that's such a tell though. You could say like, okay, and then not react. But if you react poorly to somebody liking the Lady Ghostbusters movie, that's
But didn't we as a nation watch that happen? People had such a visceral, terrible reaction to that movie.
We watched it together in the theater. And is it true that we each bought an individual bottle of wine?
We all had our own bottle of wine for dinner.
It was a great time at the theater. I love that movie. And I love that memory.
We hooted and laughed through the entire thing.
Here's the problem, though. When we watched the Lady remake of Under the Volcano, we're not fans.
No. Under the Volcano, I think that is crass.
What if I said this? I am still waiting for the first great Ghostbusters movie.
Yeah, that none of them are for you.
I think Frozen Empire might be it.
This is the one, dude.
Frozen Empire. A movie that asks the question, hey, remember Ghostbusters?
What I love about this new version of Ghostbusters, they've completely forgotten that it ever used to be funny.
Yeah.
And they're like, remember when it was a new religion and we all just worshipped at the fucking ectoplasm?
It's almost like the original Ghostbusters died. But in some part of it persisted. But then something else came along and shot that thing with energy cannons and then dragged it into a little tiny prison. And that's the Ghostbusters we have now.
Do you know why I love doing shows with you guys? Because you're like, hey, new listeners, welcome. We hate Ghostbusters.
We don't like
Bye,
Ghostbusters.
new listeners.
I love Ghostbusters. I used to have a proton pack as a kid.
That's so fucking dangerous.
So you mean the company?
That's so fucking dangerous. Like,
yeah, it's. I mean, the EPA came after
little
me.
druggy kid Mike with his proton pack.
William Atherton in his douchebag ginger beard came over and said, Mike, I don't think this is good for the city.
As an adult, I made my own Ghostbusters costume and made a proton packet of cereal boxes and soda bottles and duct tape. I do love the Ghostbusters, mostly the cartoon. I just think the movie isn't flawless.
No, the movie's not flawless, but needs to be talked about more than Under the Volcano, yes?
Yes, way more.
What? Yes.
Let's move on. All right. Your number 31 seed is John Carpenter's Starman.
There's a starman living in the sky.
I just want to talk to you guys about movies.
And us, but he thinks he'd blow
We
want to
sing.
You guys somehow think this is the first karaoke podcast. Your number 34 seed is Streets of Fire.
That sounds like
What's
a
that?
wicked beat-em-up game.
Yeah.
That sounds like a brawler, dude. You could jump and kick.
A is punch. B is kick. C, punch and kick.
What? Always C.
But
Your
no,
character falls over.
for some reason, C takes up your energy. I hated that. Every time I use my
I
special
can
move.
punch for hours. I can kick for days. But if I try to punch and kick at the same time, I'm going to fall into a coma.
So I've got 8 guys on top of me.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my special button. So they stop taking away my energy. Oh, I lost all my energy.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Now, the Streets of Fire is like a rock action movie
Oh.
with Michael Pare.
yes.
Okay.
Starman is a John Carpenter movie where Jeff Bridges lands on this planet and tries to find the ultimate human emotion, love.
Love. Oh, okay. No, you're thinking Earth Girls Are Easy, Mike.
Oh,
That's
aren't they, though?
That's a different but much better movie than whatever Starman is.
One of these movies is absolutely incredible and way too lowly rated. The other one, the stock is rising.
Give us just like a little hint about which is.
Don't give us any hint. Let the cards fall as
For
they
the
may.
tell the listeners. We won't listen, but just tell the listeners what the really good one is.
The other one, I don't know why Mike just started chugging a shrimp cocktail right there, but the other one, the stock was rising, but like I don't get it. It's not good. But I think it was made by somebody who just died recently.
John Carpenter.
No, he's still alive. You're thinking of the ultimate JC. That's a Carpenter.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That fucker dies so often.
Let's go to the votes. Greg, Starman or Streets of Fire?
I'm gonna guess that the correct answer
It's so hard.
is now, Mike. If we were to split, Ryan would of
gonna
course have
split.
to use this time.
Ryan, he'll tell us.
So
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna
guarantee
vote
you,
correctly.
Mike's fucking asshole attitude will pick whatever you pick.
So I'm gonna say Streets of Fire, Mike.
I was going to pick Streets of Fire, so then
just
I
pick-
picked Starman.
There you go.
I can't believe Mike did that. It is Starman, like For sure.
Okay,
Starman is wonderful.
I guessed wrong. That was legitimately my guess, and I guessed wrong.
All right. Your next movie has a Mel Gibson
A. Mel Gibson.
versus a group of nerds who I believe use date rape drugs too. Fondle women. It is the classic Revenge of the Nerds versus Greg's pick into the bracket, The Bounty.
Oh yeah.
I thought this was all one movie.
We don't
Who do
want
we
to.
root for?
Called
We don't
Mike's
want to
Life.
do one of these nerds movies, right?
I think it could be interesting to talk about. Is there other fucked up scenes other than the one everybody remembers? How do we relate to the character of Booger? Isn't that
Do we-
guy?
Should we do the roundabout that we did last week with Police Academy of nerds we remember?
There's Booger. There's the gay one. There's
Book-
the black one.
Booger would
I'm
later,
not
Black
being
one is the gay
offensive.
one.
The movie is offensive.
Booger would later go on to be New Girl.
Yes, New Girl's
on New
principals.
Girl. He was not actually the New Girl. He was just on this show. New
No,
Girl.
he was the new girl.
He
He
was
put on
the
a little
principal.
banged wig. It's Jess.
Who's that girl? It's Booger.
I believe Anthony Edwards was one of the nerds, but he barely showed up for Revenge of the Nerds 2, Nerds in Paradise, which in the 80s, if you have a sequel, you go to paradise.
When did the nerds go to Moscow?
Weekend at Bernie's, they go to paradise, right?
I mean, that whole movie takes place in paradise, if you ask me. Let's move on. Mike got the pass. Let's give it to Greg.
Yeah.
Or, do what you want. If you think that Revenge of the Nerds deserves a show. Mike,
No. Ew. No, it's the bounty.
Greg.
Bounty.
Bounty moves on. All right, your next matchup is your 47th seed is Crimes of Passion, which is
Best kind.
I think it stars another Kathleen Turner movie where she plays. Let's just look it up.
Now,
That-
Crimes of Passion, that's
Oh.
when you do that and you're just like, oh, Crime of Passion, sorry. And everyone's like, what can you do?
And the
It was
judge is like,
passion.
I get it.
Yeah. Oh, you were so passionate that you did that.
It is Kathleen
I
Turner,
bet she was winding you up.
and instead of Anthony Hopkins, this one's Tony Perkins, star of
Those names are
Psycho.
too similar.
I know, it always confused me as a kid. Where she plays a mysterious woman, fashion designer by day, and a prostitute by night. Hello, 80s. That's every 80s movie. Your number 18.
Turn your hobby into your side hustle.
And I cannot believe this is so lowly rated. I don't understand. Is Beverly Hills Cop.
Wow, Beverly Hills Cop.
If we go chalk,
The-
Beverly Hills Cop is not in the Sweet 16.
No, forget
And
that.
this is the prequel to Beverly Hills Ninja?
No, the prequel to Beverly Hills Cop 2, believe it or not.
This is a funny and I'm guessing never offensive movie.
Eddie Murphy's never been offensive.
I have not seen Beverly Hills Cop in over 20 years, but I remember being very funny and kind of action packed.
I thoroughly enjoyed our 48 hours.
I know, I was going to say.
Yeah.
So
Greg
I
was
feel
like,
like we have to.
Greg thought that was a couple of hours too long, if I remember.
I would have just gone for 20 hours and then spent the rest of the time decompressing.
Fun
right.
fact, Greg does everything for 20 hours. Wink.
20 hours too long. Greg, Beverly Hills Cop or Crimes of Passion?
Beverly Hills Cop, Ryan.
Mike,
BHC.
your number 58 seed is The River. Anybody?
I literally know
I'm a
nothing.
fan
Yeah,
of
I
Rivers.
love bobbing in them, certainly.
This stars Greg's favorite actor. No, wait, Greg's favorite speaker, Mel Gibson.
Oh, that's not technically true, but we can move on from that.
Now,
Greg's favorite voicemail lever.
I don't. That's Alec Baldwin. I don't know
The same.
how you guys feel about this movie. I don't know if I've ever talked to you about this, either one of you about this movie. It's your number 7 seed is Gremlins.
Gremlins. Heck yeah.
Should-
Gremlins is the kind of 1984 movie you might just watch even if the season's not coming up.
I shouldn't go grab my Gremlins toys that are almost at arm's reach from me, right?
This when I was talking
Might do that.
last week when I was talking about the box office and like are any of these movies great? I think this movie might be great.
I watched the second one annually my entire life, but yeah, I just watched the first one. It's a great Christmas movie, and I had a bunch of friends over recently. By recently, I mean whenever Christmas was in your life, and watched it. Yeah, fuck yeah.
So very intentionally weird.
Yes.
It makes so many weird choices on purpose, but that doesn't mean they're all the right choices.
No, but it's like it's a person who is trying to make a high budget, high grossing movie
Yeah.
with all of his B movie like accolades intact.
Sensibilities.
It's so funny because
Yeah.
you see the gremlins, and when they're just standing there, you're like, CGI sucks. Look how cool this puppet looks. And then when the puppet has to do literally anything, it looks so bad. Like they can't show them throwing anything. They can't show them doing anything other than just kind of standing there. But still,
But they look boss.
the
when they
gremlins
stand.
look so cool.
Gremlins?
Gremlins.
Yeah.
Gremlins. Well, I don't remember or care about what the other thing is. Oh, the river, which would kill the gremlins because they would birth to death? No, thank you.
No, sunlight burns them. The river would make more of them.
I know, birth to death.
Yeah,
is what
but they
they
Burst
would
to
said.
like-
death. I'm sorry, I thought you said burn. This next matchup is crazy how similar these movies are. Your number 39 seed is The Killing Fields, about Pol Pot's rampage through Cambodia.
Yes, sir.
That guy went nuts.
Your number 26 seed is Top Secret. The Zaz brothers follow up to Airplane.
Wow. Sometimes things just end up rhyming in a funny way.
Now, we did Naked Gun, so we know that a Zaz brothers movie can be done
It is
by
possible. The Killing Fields is not going to be fun, but I think
Depends on which side you land on.
is
I
a
guess.
very is a very important movie and a very important part of history. And this is Top Secret's not the
And-
best.
Top Secret is the best, Greg.
Oh, it is the best.
They-
Okay,
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Your opinion's wrong.
Shut up, Greg. And then there's a documentary about the Killing Fields that came out in the last 10 years that was.
Well, not about that movie, but about that
No.
time. Yeah.
but
the
time
actual
that was, like,
field.
so strong and horrific.
Yeah, I don't know if like Hollywood could do better than that doc that we
Well,
watched.
yeah, where they found the real guys who did it and how casual they're like, well, yeah, I just shot him there. And
Until he talks about it very casually until he starts dry heaving guilt.
yeah.
That what a movie.
That makes me think of both Zone of Interest and May December.
I'm going to have to vote for the Killing Fields.
Greg?
Yeah, The Killing Fields. I like that's gonna be like a come and see movie. Obviously, it's gonna be like you watch it and then you're like, oh, good, I'm glad I did that, but I never, ever, ever want to do that ever again.
The reason I was would have voted for Top Secret is because I think The Killing Fields is a little closer to maybe Gandhi of like Okay.
Oh, no.
yeah, important subject, but yawner cakes.
Okay.
Hey, some stuff you can say before we vote.
Yeah, that always because you always listen to the stuff I say, Mike. Your next
What?
battle. All right, let's do this, gentlemen. Your 55th seed is The Last Starfighter,
Okay.
which I believe is a remake of Ender's Game or like a stealing of the story.
Yeah, I mean, basically, right? Like, very similar.
Kid is so good at an arcade game, but doesn't know that is plugged into an alien war that is happening in space. They're like, let's make this
shit.
guy, or the Gran Turismo movie.
Yeah. Your video game skills are so good that we need you in the real
The
world.
dream. That's how, because I played Halo, that's how I got drafted into the Army.
Yeah.
You played the Beyonce song over and over again.
Let me see a Halo. And they're like, please join.
Your number 10 seed is Dune.
Oh, shit.
Dune.
Look, Patrick
Dune.
Stewart running around with a pug in his arms in battle. Need I say more?
Yes.
Nope.
This movie makes so many good choices and then a few really confounding choices. But
Why?
it's rad.
And it's perfect because Dune Tune just came out
Yep.
and it feels like conversations will be had.
And David Lynch is the director and he's in it, and that's always fun.
Does he play Dune?
You get to see him
John
just for 2
Dune?
seconds. He plays like the spice harvester operator.
Dude, where is that? Well, actually, I'm
Hard.
glad that that's over because Quentin Tarantino killed that by writing himself into the movie and saying the N-word as much as he can.
Yes.
And Shyamalan.
Oh, yeah, he's always like a doctor.
And
Like,
Scorsese.
yeah, but that's so he can say, like, look, man, I'm in
Here's
this
the
movie.
theme of the movie.
Just so you don't miss it. I had not seen Dune 1984 in my life, but I knew this season was coming up and Dune 2 was coming out, and so I was like,
And
you know
you're a
what?
Dune head.
And I'm a Dune head, yeah. And so I'm like, I'm gonna watch it, and I really, really enjoyed it. It's not perfect, it's goofy as hell, but Dune is goofy as hell. Like, there's no way to tell the story with a straight
Yeah.
face. So I don't know. I thought it was a
Greg?
good time.
Greg is such a Dune head that we call him Lorna Dune.
They do. They call me Lorna Dune. Even when I'm like calling a meeting to be like, guys, we need to stop calling me.
No, I'm gonna call him Lorna Dune
Lorna
one more
Dune.
time before he slams that gavel on the table. I'm gonna call him Lorna Dune. But a long time ago, Mike and I on a previous podcast did a David Lynch marathon and did this movie. And I think one of the reasons that I thought it was so fucking awful is because of how wonderful all of his other movies are.
Yeah, I do. I'm so excited to watch it, not in context with Eraserhead. And everything he's done. Mulholland Drive, the rest. And so just talking about Dune. And because I think I disliked the Villeneuve Dune so much, my esteem of 84 Dune has only grown.
Yeah.
And so I want to see if that's accurate or not.
Yeah.
And just like, I mean, you gotta love the chutzpah of like, oh, I can't make this book a movie. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want. All right, so no love for The Last Starfighter?
Couldn't even remember what Dune was up against.
It's interesting, but it's a tough match.
I agree. I think if it was Last Starfighter versus Chud,
Yeah.
who knows what would have happened.
Chud would win.
This, gentlemen, is my hardest battle of the night. Your 23 seed is Repo Man, a fucking punk rock independent classic starring the HDS himself,
Yeah.
along with the EE himself. And no, I'm not talking about Cummings.
Cummings?
Emilio Estevez.
Against
Ordinary fucking people.
that line is in this movie. Against the single greatest musical that Hollywood has ever produced, The Muppets Take Manhattan.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
no, come on. Change that.
This-
Change that right now. We should do both of these movies.
Wow. This is
Brackets are bullshit.
This is very painful. This is very painful. We are Muppets heads.
Uh-huh.
Muppets
We
take
are human Muppets.
But like
Manhattan.
for me, it's not Muppet Babies. It's not the Muppet movie. It's not Emmett Otter's fucking poor ass Christmas bullshit. It's
Get
the
outta here
Muppets
with that.
Take Manhattan.
And I've never seen that one. And I've been told I'm an idiot for liking them without having seen that one.
Also, I hang out with Mike a lot, and what does he do if he's sick? He takes a Manhattan. Like
That's
this movie
true.
means a lot to me.
That's true. But man, Repo Man, these were like two of the ones I was really excited to see for this season.
Is there some sort of voting system we can do?
There's not, dude. Like this is it. Well, keep in mind that both of these movies will lose in the next round. So,
Yeah.
or
That-
either one of these.
That's a really good point. That it's going to be very hard for either of these movies to make it on. Like you're so excited about the Muppets Take Manhattan, but you're not thinking of like the 18 other movies that.
Somebody else taking Manhattan.
And I know this
Osama
movie.
bin Laden.
I know this movie backwards and forwards. This would be my Robin Hood,
Yeah.
Fox Robin Hood of this year.
Just a quick recap. What happens is there is a huge earthquake in Manhattan, and all the bridges are broken.
All 42
and
of
the
them.
American government disavows any responsibility for New York, and the Muppets slowly, starting from one corner, take over the entire island and finally bring the Muppet version of peace to
And
it.
Each then neighborhood is kind of ruled by a different
Yeah,
baron.
Animal
Muppet,
has
right?
his neighborhood. Gonzo has his neighborhood.
Full of chickens that he fucks.
Full
that
of
true?
chickens.
That's the Upper
that
West
are
Side.
fucked. Obviously, as always, Miss Piggy's a smoke show. It's just this. It's the same sort of like Muppet thing you get every
I love
time.
talking to somebody like Mike who's lived in New York, where you could be like, Mike, all right, where would Gonzo if he fucks chickens lives? And he's like, oh, Upper West Side. You know, they just like know New York like that. All the boroughs, start to finish. When it comes like to me, this is a battle of you got to remember the year, and Repo Man is potentially the most 84 movie of all time.
Yeah,
And Muppets is
timeless because they're Muppets.
it's timeless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And,
think
and
it's
like when
unfortunate for the
he's about to go on
Muppets.
Broadway, he wants to bring all the dogs and frogs and cats and bears onto the stage with him. God damn, this movie.
Yeah.
Because that's what makes it special. That you have to find your Muppets.
And do you guys-
And the Muppets are the Muppets.
Do you remember the Yuppie Muppets? That Kermit gets amnesia, and now he's hanging out with Yuppie Muppets, and they're like, hello. You guys remember that?
No. Again, I've never seen this movie.
What the fuck? All right, Greg, Repo Man or Muppets?
I love the Muppets. I'm a hardcore Muppet head, but it's what you said, Ryan. It's that like the 84-ness of Repo Man is what's going to carry it for me.
This is the worst fucking draw, Mike.
I've also never seen Reaper Man, but people either sometimes it feels like a compliment, sometimes it feels like an insult. Tell me this movie would define my life if I'd seen it as
Yeah.
a younger kid. So I think my vote has to go Reaper Man.
there's a part in Repo Man where they're like, "Are you hungry?" He's like, "Yeah," and so he gets a can of food that's labeled food, and he puts it in front of
I
him.
love can of food.
Repo Man moves on. Muppets. God damn it.
Muppets.
Tough draw. Your number 3 seed is A Nightmare on Elm Street. So we're not talking about a sequel here. We're talking about
The
the movie that gave us
original.
Freddy Krueger. Your number 62 seed is The Cotton Club, where it's a Francis Ford Coppola directed movie where we have the first bar that will have black people perform and come in, and it's all about Richard Gere.
Twist.
Oh, good. Good.
Twist. Did it,
Makes sense to me.
what name will end this sentence? Well, that does sound like it could be interesting.
Love a Coppola.
Yeah.
Love a couple of Jack.
The Rainmaker.
And what was the other one, Ryan?
It is
Nightmare on Elm
A
Street.
Nightmare on Elm
A movie that
Uh,
actually has cultural impact.
Street, starring Johnny Depp
Yeah.
and Freddy Krueger.
For this round, that seems like the way to go. Unfortunate about the Johnny Depp thing, but certainly
Hey,
a bigger
this
movie.
is before he was gross, probably.
No, you don't just become
He was
gross
born
at 45. Yeah, you get found out at 45. Nightmare on Elm
Also,
Street
it's
moves
so
on.
nice of you to say he's 45.
Your next movie is Ano Amor, To Our Loves. This is a movie directed by Maurice Pialat. I thought that was going to be like a big time director, but it's not. It's just Maurice.
Like back in the day, you saw this and thought that, or
I
This
thought
is
that-
one to watch.
I thought that we had a lot of movies that were directed by masters that are dead. It's going up against Silent Night, Deadly Night, where Santa Claus is a killer.
that one. My vote. I don't care about the other one.
The other one is for me. I want To Our Loves.
This is when I love it, when it's a horror movie versus foreign movie. Ano Amor moves on.
Now, is it no more, but you're saying it in an Italian way, or what?
supposed
What
to
is
be
the name of this
French.
movie?
I can't even get the fucking European
No
country right.
amore.
Franche.
All right, gentlemen, I'm up now. You
All
guys got
right.
both your movies put into the Thirsty 32. Now my movie comes up, All of Me, starring Steve Martin and, to a lesser extent, Lily Tomlin. And it's going up against your 51st seed, Conan the Destroyer, the sequel to Conan the Barbarian.
Ayo.
We could also be in cultural context because Conan, with 2 N's at the end, just came out reimagining What If Conan Was a Woman?
Conan?
Conan. Oh, and I just got that. Co-and.
Hey,
I
Conan.
always love being here when Mike gets something. You know?
You know,
Happens a lot 'cause I'm dumb.
sometimes you just feel like a barbarian movie.
Uh-huh.
You know, a fantasy barbarian movie. And the first Conan was actually pretty interesting. Like it was doing unconventional things. It's not a terrible franchise. It's very cheesy, very particular, but there's worse things.
This is one of the movies, or this is one of the things that introduces us to the, I don't know, the legend that is Grace Jones.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And James Earl Jones is in the first one. He plays such an interesting character. And it's
The
the first one.
Jonesaverse.
James Earl Jones is in a different movie that we're not talking about.
a different
Right.
movie from this one.
I know every season I find a way to hurt Ryan.
Yes.
I think I will belay that this season and vote for All of Me.
Oh, we have more battles. So, Mike, you will definitely have the chance. Greg?
Yeah. Let's do All of Me.
All three of us make it to the Thirsty 32.
Woo!
Your number 19 seed is Sleepaway Camp. We'll get to that in a second. Your number 45 seed is 2010, the year we made contact, the
Oh,
sequel to
man.
2001. Does anybody know anything about this movie?
I do. When I
No.
was a kid, I saw 2001, and it blew me away. I did not exactly know every little part of what was happening. I didn't totally understand it, but as an experience, absolutely blew me away. Then I heard there's a sequel, 2010. Everybody told me the same thing.
You got to see it.
No, honestly, everybody told me like, don't.
Yeah.
It's not going to enhance the experience of the first one. Don't see it. It's not very good. It's like as different in tone as it possibly could be. It's a much more conventional movie.
Yeah, it's just a movie, right?
And they just explain everything that's going on, and it takes all the wonder of that they should have sent a poet scene and instead just is like, here's exactly what's going on here, and here's exactly what's going on here. And it's not terrible, but it's in no way does it feel like the spiritual successor to 2001.
Is it the Dune 2 to Dune 1?
It might be. I mean, it's heavy on exposition, and it's like they say they explain like what the monoliths are, what the monoliths want.
That's,
yeah.
I was always like, you know what would make me enjoy this movie more?
Yes.
Just knowing what the monoliths were about.
And then after you see the sequel, you're like, well, I don't have to accept any of that, but I wish wish I didn't even know it.
Did you dislike 2001 more? Like, did you like think that was a dumber movie?
If you think anything from 2010 counts for 2001, I could see having that impression.
And
instead, I was just like, this is just a garbage movie.
Were any of the behind the scenes people the same?
Oh yeah, like Peter Hyams, I want to say, is the director, but like, is there anybody involved?
I'm gonna guess no.
This is just a
because,
cash grab, right?
Yeah, it couldn't be
Yeah.
a more different movie. It's everything that made 2001 unique from other movies was taken out of it so that it was just a more conventional movie. And it's honestly, it's a shame.
Mike,
It's so stupid. You know what made this one huge? Let's not do any of that.
well,
Yeah.
I mean, like that's sort of what we were talking about. Is that like this is the year that gave birth to a billion sequels, but like they also knew what they were doing with sequels of like,
Yeah.
we have this franchise, we have this IP. Should we capitalize on the IP of 2001: A Space Odyssey? Oh, Stanley's not in. All right, let's just do it anyway. Mike, Sleepaway Camp. We all know the ending. Is there
There's an
more
infamous ending. I've
to this movie?
seen this movie, and all I can remember is the ending. It sounds like there's more to this movie than there is to 2010.
Yeah,
So my vote's for Sleepaway Camp.
Greg.
I'll say 2010.
Oh, it's definitely the horror movie that Greg isn't going to watch. All right, your number 50 seed is Greystoke, The Legend of Tarzan,
Love all that.
where they go and find the guy who played Highlander, but now he's Tarzan. And it's a drama that was like Oscar nominated.
What?
I love the Highlander guy.
It's Lambert.
The bear.
Lambert. It's going up against your number 6 seed, Amadeus.
Oh. Bye,
Ooh,
bye.
watch me, Amadeus.
Tarzan, Highlander. Amadeus is a nearly perfect movie. Amadeus might win this whole thing. When it's all said and done and the chips have all fallen, Amadeus may be the one that's on top.
Because I'm a Leonard Maltin guy when I grew up, I always thought Amadeus was an average movie because he thought it was an average movie. And then I watched it more recently, and I'm just like, fucking goddamn.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Non-stop entertainment.
Said that you like your milkshakes like you like your film critics. Malton.
Dude, that's not even funny because malted chocolate is disgusting.
I know it's
It's
such a
the
weird
way to
fucking-
ruin
what if
this.
Hey, we ruined this chocolate for you.
chocolate was made of chocolate.
we
$4.95,
We
please.
threw some malt in there. That way it doesn't just taste like chocolate.
Mike Amadeus?
Yeah, I know nothing about it, but that one.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I'm jealous of you because you are definitely going to get to see Amadeus for the first time.
You don't remember the 30 Rock episode that was completely based on Amadeus where Tracy
Yeah.
Jordan built a porno video game
Which
so
they
perfect?
still haven't done. Get on that, scientist.
What?
I'm
What's
looking
the
at you,
whole
scientist.
point of the fucking head thing then?
Exactly. Why do we have the visors if there's not going to be the premiere?
Oh, so we can work out like those commercials I've been seeing? Fuck you.
Well, you could do some boxing. That's fun. I don't know. There's stuff there. You could do that. Beat Saber. It's a good exercise.
All right.
I want to beat this saber with
Yeah,
a porn video
there
game.
you go.
Mike, you and I talked about, well, all three of us talked about how you and I did a David Lynch run through.
I remember talking about that very recently.
You guys talked about it. I just kind of sat there.
We also did a Robert
Yeah,
Bresson.
Greg gets real pouty when you talk about stuff we've done with
I
him.
know.
That's true.
dude.
That's true. That's a weakness of mine.
It's like having a 3-year-old daughter. It really is. We also did a Robert Bresson run through, and he made a movie in 1984.
That's absurd.
It's called L'Argent, and it is about, let me tell you real quick, about a $20 bill that passes through the hands of multiple people.
I can't imagine anything better than that.
So it's just going to be actually a bunch of different little stories all centered around this
Vignettes.
$20.
Yes, it will be. Vignettes, as Mike calls them.
Vignettes. I have to say that is an idea that when you say it to somebody, somebody's like, hey, that's kind of interesting. I think that's not interesting. That is not a compelling way to tell a story to me.
Mike, do you remember the Robert Bresson?
No, I'm gonna be real. I was just about to go to Google Hill to remember.
I just had to reflect hardcore on this one.
We watched Diary of a Priest. We watched Pickpocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I always confuse Bresson with Althazar Balthazar.
No,
This is Buñuel.
that's Buñuel.
So I
No,
confuse
that's
Bresson.
Bresson. That's Bresson.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I always confuse
Wait.
him with who he is.
Oh, he
So-
has passed
I
on
don't
his
remember.
confusion to you.
God damn it, Mike. No,
th-
Bresson is the one who made the movie about the donkey who gets beat as if he
Yes.
was Jesus.
Okay, then, and I loved Diary of a Country Priest, and I loved the remake of it, starring Ethan Hawke.
And the remake of it starring Mel Gibson. No, Jim Caviezel,
John Cassavetes.
where he just got walked up that mountain.
Yeah, it's easy to walk up a mountain.
It's
Shut
going up
Jim.
against Night of the Comet. A comet wipes out most of life on Earth, leaving 2 valley girls fighting against cannibal zombies and a sinister group of scientists.
Fuck, that sounds dope. Damn it!
Yeah, should we just leave this all to Mike to decide?
Yeah, Mike.
It
We'll follow your guidance here.
It is truly the like capital F film lover in me versus like the trash B movie at my core chud who I am.
Althazar Balthazar is one of the best movies we've
Yes.
ever watched together. Or Comet Make Zombies Go Boom Boom.
Come and make zombies go boom boom.
Yeah, I did not
Come
help my
on.
argument there.
No, you said it in the words I understand. No, I wish. There's probably a lot of reasons to be glad that the old show is no longer available online, but those director blind spots,
Weren't they
I
fun,
wish were
dude?
still out there. Yeah. Yeah, it's Bresson for sure.
Greg?
The $20 bill one, Ryan.
Yeah. Even though you talked a lot of shit
You
on it
talked a
earlier.
lot of shit.
Talked a
Do
lot
you-
of shit.
Do you think he's got $20 in his pocket?
I wish.
Sorry, I just fucking giggled right into the mic. Speaking of Mike, your number 11 seed is Talking Heads on stage
Hell yeah.
performing in a movie that never gets picked for brackets versus Broadway Danny Rose, a movie directed by Woody Allen.
Who's that? Shut up. Fuck that. I saw the Talking Heads movie last November in theaters. They did it. It was so fucking fun. People were in their seats singing along, clapping. My wife was like, "Why are they clapping?" I'm like, "You shut up. I'm clapping too."
Divorce. Greg, does it worry you to do a concert doc as a episode?
Not at all. Not because this
Because
is.
this is the one.
Yeah, this is like bigger than most of the movies we talk about, and it has made so many people like
it's,
legitimately very
stop.
happy.
Stop Making Sense versus Broadway Danny Rose. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, we should say the name of it.
I thought we did say the name of both of them, but yeah, and I have thought a lot about our anti Woody Allen stance, and I could see coming
This is a
off
good
of it
one. Yeah.
at some point, but it has just got its hands full with Stop Making Sense, I think.
Yeah, this is a rough draw. Like, I think that we're about to maybe at some point in some season have a Woody Allen movie. But
Yeah, I think after doing The Last Tango in Paris, it
Yeah.
really chipped some
Yeah.
weaknesses in our
Watching
argument.
like a sex crime on the TV is like, wait, okay.
makes
maybe
us
we-
more accepting of sex crimes off TV,
Yeah.
I guess.
But it's just like if
Well,
we
now I
if,
don't have to watch
if
it.
we did this, why have this weird purity with this one guy? Half the seasons are just monstrous individuals that we know of. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
and so it's just like he has kind of ended up standing for.
He's our scapegoat.
And Broadway Danny Rose also when I was growing up, I watched these movies with my family before we knew this guy was so bad, and this is a delightful movie. Broadway
Dude, this
Danny
movie,
Rose.
like Sans awfulness, would crush this crowd. Like the three
Yeah.
of us, Broadway Danny Rose is amazing. But Stop Making
you
Sense.
would watching his movies from this time, you would never guess he's a sex pest. He just seems like a weird little freak. You wouldn't necessarily think that
He's a weird
it
little
was that
freak, but he's
bad.
not a sex pest, surely.
There's a big difference between those. You could
Yeah.
be even a weird little sex freak, and it doesn't make you a sex pest.
I do think that Stop Making Sense is the one concert film,
Yeah.
even over The Last Waltz, that I would elevate.
And the director has won movie of the year before. Has he not?
Silence of the Lambs.
Yep.
All right.
Demigod.
Should we vote?
Yes.
Stop Making Sense moves on.
Should we vote? And we just say
No, I'm not
it's
gonna
on.
vote.
I love it.
Guys, we have one battle left in the first round.
Hey yo.
Your first movie is called Body Double. Speak about the movie or the term.
Is body double I think of is when there's going to be a nude scene and then they bring in someone whose job is to like play the butt of an actor.
And what
I'm the butt.
what
I'm the-
director that Mike is like very clearly not a fan of would use body doubles?
Greta
Oh, this is
Gerwig.
De Palma, isn't it?
It's De Palma. Like what Mike uses to jerk off his
Palma.
wiener.
But I still do. No, now I'm all about fingertips. Sisters won me over.
Oh, so you're
Sisters
back
in
on?
Phantom of the Paradise. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he has a lot of good movies. And The Untouchables. Can I throw that out there again?
Dude, The Untouchables is so good.
It's such a good movie.
Yeah.
So
I think
good.
you know what it is. My failing was to watch Scarface first, and that really set up a
Yes.
gross palate.
I
for
don't
Brian
think there is a
De Palma for me.
podcast that dislikes Scarface more than ours. And if I
Well,
found
no,
out there
most
was
podcasts are dudes our age and race, so that means they fucking love Scarface because they're morons.
I am proud of to be the most stridently anti-Scarface podcast.
That movie
I like faces that are pure, not Scarface.
that movie is up against a movie Mike by Luca Fulci, the Italian horror
Stallion.
movie director who made the movie Zombie, sort of
A.
created the zombie genre as we know it, along with George Romero, called The House by the Cemetery.
Ooh, that sounds spooky as shit. The other one, Ryan.
Body Double is a Hitchcock mock-up, like as shocking
Again?
as that is for Brian De Palma.
Yeah, Body
that a
Double's gonna
double
scare
tip?
you too, man. No matter who wins, Greg loses.
But like,
But also, Sisters was like
Yeah, for
every Hitchcock shot and move ever made put into one movie.
for De Palma to be like, I'm gonna keep doing
I got to
it.
double dip on that, dude. I got to get some more of that action.
You know what I didn't do enough of in Sisters? Talk about doubles.
All right, so Body Double moves on.
Moving on.
No, I'm gonna do Zombie Cemetery.
Body Double moves on. Gentlemen, we have our Thirsty 32. When we come back, we are going to get that to 16 movies. Gentlemen, we are here. We are in the Thirsty 32. And the reason that they're so thirsty is because,
They're 32. A very thirsty time.
oh man, do you guys remember when you were 32?
I can't believe that I can remember when I was 32, and it's a long time ago.
Not quite a girl, not yet a woman.
I'm going to be there in 3 years, and I'm so excited.
You're gonna really come into your own.
Yeah, no, like I'm going to become like a person, right? Is
You're
32 is the
mature.
new 18.
yes. You're gonna finally move to Paris.
You guys have been bullshitting this entire show saying like, oh, vote yes, vote no. But now a vote yes means we're
Yeah.
going to do this as an episode.
My toxic trait, I pretend every vote is that.
My knowledge about people who say my toxic trait is they have so many more toxic traits than that
Yeah.
one
Oh
trait.
yeah, this is the one I'm willing to.
Yeah, it's like when you're getting attacked by a dog, so you throw your arm out, so the dog will just bite onto that.
I
My
don't need
toxic
this
trait
one.
is
Arms.
this.
All right, so say hello to one of these movies and goodbye to the other one. Your number 1 seed is The Terminator. Your number 32 seed is Splash.
Goodbye, Splash.
Yeah, Splash, you came this far.
Man,
Isn't that cute?
I will say, this movie is responsible for my wanting to have a mermaid girlfriend,
Yeah.
Not The Little Mermaid?
not the Little Mermaid.
She's
This
so
was the
little.
battle of the asses. Which ass do we want to see more? And it's Arnold's.
All right, 16, 17. This is a little bit different, right? Not 132, but
No.
16, 17 is Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo versus The Never-Ending Story 1, Electric Boogaloo.
Which one do people talk about more?
I promise
That's what I asked
some
you.
of these are going to be very difficult. And we're going to be like, I can't believe we have to decide between these two movies. Dang.
Including this one.
I would say not including this one.
Greg, what's your vote?
I'm going to say, despite the falseness of the title, The Never-Ending Story.
Mike?
Yes, the never-ending story has to.
Oh,
be.
Mike,
Even
I was
Quick
going to
Blue's
vote
fine.
for Breakin' 2.
Breaking.
Oh, then it's Breaking 2.
Nah, it's too late, buddy.
Ah!
Like Never-Ending Story, we have 13 other movies here that are this movie but better. Breakin' 2, we don't have anything like this.
And
That's my vote.
And we never will.
Mike, what's your vote?
Electric Boogaloo.
Let's do it. We're doing a Breakin' 2.
Ah!
Bad.
Ryan's really playing fast and loose with host rules here. Greg would never allow me to backtrack.
Honestly, I don't want to watch that scene with the horse, so I'm not that sad.
What if they breakdance so hard a horse drowns?
Yeah, it's the part where he's like, "You have to help me," and the horse like won't fight
Right.
anymore. Oh my god!
Yeah.
We've all had pets. Like, dog, you have to help me help you. And they're just like, no, I will not. I'll do the fattest, stupidest thing you've ever seen.
I'm trying to
Flopping on
die,
this hot
brother.
sidewalk.
I'm gonna be straight up with you. I'm looking to die right now.
In the Thirsty 32 is a movie called 20 Years Later, a movie that all of us have heard about tonight, about
Yeah.
a filmmaker making a movie about himself, going into the center of Brazil and figuring out politics. It is up against your number 6 seed, Once Upon a Time in America.
This
Yeah.
Brazilian movie sounds so interesting, and I wouldn't be surprised if it is secretly the best thing that we've talked about tonight. But we heard about it tonight.
Right. But if you're dumb like me, you've also barely heard about the other one. So, something else to consider.
Mike, go ahead.
20 years later.
Greg,
Once Upon a Time in America.
I'm going to vote for a movie that I actively dislike. It's Once Upon a Time in America.
Okay.
All right. Shit. Your 24 seed is Jim Jarmusch's Stranger Than Fiction, a incredible movie.
That can't be the name of it, right? It's not Stranger Than Fiction.
Stranger Than Paradise, I'm sorry. Stranger Than Fiction is a Bad Religion album that should also be on this list, despite not coming out in 1984 and not being a movie.
And a Will Ferrell, Emma Thompson movie from 2007.
Your number 9 seed is The Karate Kid.
Oh, I'm the man who will fight for your honor, Jim Jarmusch.
Yeah.
I know that was confusing even to me.
Yeah.
This is difficult. It is hard for us to always remember what our brief is and to apply it consistently. But Karate Kid, that's got to be one of the first movies people think of when we tell them we've got a 1984
Yeah.
season. They're gonna be like, Karate Kid.
If we're talking about one of the sequels, it'd be easier. But yeah, I think we have to go with the Mach.
It feels like part
The
of the
Jim Jarmusch?
Jim Jarmusch. I refuse to be clear with my vote.
forcing Ryan to decide what he wants.
Yeah, Stranger Than Paradise could take it down, and yet I can't. Karate
Yeah.
Kid is just so important.
It's Karate Kid. Yeah.
It is. I mean, all right, hold on. This kid does karate. The Karate Kid, right there on the
Whoa.
pitch. Ah, shit, guys. Your 36 seed is Purple Rain, which I think would make an absolutely incredible episode.
Yeah, it would make a banger episode.
Your number 4 seed is Paris,
What?
Texas.
But goodbye. Thanks for coming.
Right.
Thanks for coming.
Mikey,
Just remember that I pitched a 32 movie season.
dude.
But yeah, it's Paris, Texas.
The only reason we're not doing a 32 movie season is because in 1996 or whatever Mike does or Greg does next, it'll be 64 movies. We have to
Yeah.
stop it at some
Only
point.
expansion.
And there should be some tough choices, right?
Yeah,
some
we
of
like
these
tough
haven't been
choices.
tough choices. Some of them have been, but some of them have been really easy, and that's why I think it has to be at least 16.
If you want to blame people, blame Letterboxd for putting them in this
Yeah.
order. They could have put Chud against anything.
I
And Chud
do
would
blame
make it in.
Letterboxd.
Your number 13 seed is This Is Spinal Tap. Your number 20 seed is the opposite of music, Footloose.
I was
Oh.
excited about Footloose, but this doesn't even seem like a contest.
No. Even though I love Lithgow.
Yeah, I
This
could
is
see an
Spinal Tap.
angle through which we could watch Footloose that would be really interesting, but that doesn't stack up to the footprint that Spinal Tap has had.
What about this? We do Spinal Tap, but I will be Lithgow for that entire show.
You know what? I
Can
really
you give
like
us a little
that.
taste?
Spinal Tap?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I think if you ask the
Yeah,
average person to do a John Lithgow impression, they're not going to
Yeah.
have anything on tap.
And if they do, they go big. To do a medium Lithgow
Yeah,
is brave.
Yeah, or they're gonna do Lithgow but from Third Rock from the Sun. It's no, that's don't take his character.
They're
I don't
doing
want
the
Harry.
salute with the hand on their head.
Yeah, no, none of that.
What about this? Moo!
Yep, there you go again. Another good Lithgow.
That's John Lithgow.
Because he said moo.
Yeah, it's because he said moo.
Number 5 is Spielberg.
Okay.
Number 26 is John Cassavetes.
Oh, we're Fablemans here. So
This is Temple of Doom.
This is Temple of
Temple
Doom,
of
the
Dune?
5th seed.
Whoa, hang on. Temple of Dune That's got legs. That's got little worm segments. Might want to use that.
Ew, I'm out.
I had you, and then I lost you. Stop talking, Greg. Stop talking when you make the sale.
I would love at some point to say like this little movie should beat the bigger movie, but again,
Yeah.
I don't know. Temple
I
of
don't
Doom
think 1984.
is about little movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that, but we do have 16, so we're gonna get a couple of like
We're running out of spots, bro.
artsy
Paris,
movies.
Texas is in here.
Yeah, dude, we're giving it. We're getting it up for the fans.
Paris, Texas has a lot of responsibility so
Yeah.
far in this season.
Yeah, there's a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Bye bye, Cassavetes.
Bye, Cassavetes.
All right. Here we go. Here's one where I don't say fuck before I read it.
Nice.
Your number 12 seed is 16 Candles, full of racism and date rape, versus your 44th seed, The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai.
Is it Hard Ryan, your favorite things versus some sort of sci-fi adventure?
Classic joke structure right there, folks. Let's give it up for that.
Well, I am not sensing a ton of enthusiasm for 16 Candles, and
Oh, and I think that, like,
even in the Hughes-averse, would this be like unnecessary?
maybe, but
Is
when
this
we did,
minor Hughes,
when we were doing 85, I want to say, we felt like pressure to do Breakfast Club.
yes,
I don't
Yeah.
feel that same pressure here.
yeah.
No, and I think Buckaroo Banzai is going to be a fucking wild
Dude,
episode.
it's such a
It is batshit.
And a lot of things claim to be bonkers, but this really is.
Only it claims to be Buckaroo.
There's a scene where Buckaroo is walking through a warehouse with Jeff Goldblum, and Jeff Goldblum says, "Ooh, nice watermelon," and points off screen. We never see that watermelon. I'm like, what the fuck? So
I
Buckaroo
didn't
Banzai.
always know when it was rolling.
Sorry, 16 Candles, but your lights have been blown out. Oh no. Your number 31 seed is Starman, a John Carpenter JC movie about a Jesus Christ figure alien landing on this planet. Your number 2 seed is Ghostbusters.
Come on.
At no point does Jeff Bridges receive a blowjob from a ghost, so I'm assuming you guys will vote against that one.
a Civil War ghost.
A coworker recently told me he's going through old movies with his kids. He's like, "Yeah, I think we're gonna watch Ghostbusters this weekend." I was like, "Oh, how are you gonna handle the ghost fellatio?" And he's like, "What?"
Yeah, no.
Like people just forget.
We
Well-
all like I saw that movie 12 times before I ever wondered like, wait.
Here's what you say.
Hold
to
on.
All you have to say to your kids is, "Bustin' makes some men feel good." Okay.
Not all, because Ace exists.
Yeah.
And can't you guys see Dan Aykroyd on that set being like, "No, I need this scene."
I want to get into the history of it because like the way that they left that in the movie.
Oh, you want an oral history?
So you want an oral fuck?
Oral history. Well, it's a mouthful, so we can't get into it now. But it's a lot to swallow. It is, but we'll have it. We'll have a chance. We would choke on it if we tried now.
Is it Ghostbusters?
This gag is over. I'm sorry.
Greg.
It's Greg Busters.
No.
All right. Greg, you are up with your 15th seed, The Bounty.
Yeah, Bounty.
It's going up against your 16th seed, Beverly Hills Cop.
You seem out of place
Oh,
here,
no.
Bounty. You're under arrest.
Greg loves cops, so he's voting for Beverly Hills Cop.
I know there's going to be at least 2 moments in Beverly Hills Cop
Oh,
that we're
yeah.
just like,
At
I'm not
least.
comfortable. I'm like upset that happened, and I'm not sure how to judge the rest of the movie.
But like, I do think that it is much more playful than
Yes.
48 Hours. Like,
he's so good in it.
Balky,
Yes,
Bronson
dude.
Pinchot comes on as like a very clearly gay guy, but like, I don't think that Eddie Murphy's making his classic F-word jokes about the
Yes.
character.
He's classic Eddie Murphy.
At one point, they put a banana in a tailpipe.
Dude,
That's
they
fucking
do.
fun. That's fun.
Judge Reinhold, who is not an actual judge, but is named judge, which is just
Are you sure?
goofy. Yeah, like it's
And
not
I've
a
never
sitting
seen
judge.
it, so I'm excited.
Anybody vote for The Bounty?
Nah, man.
All right, Eddie, get in there. Your number 7 seed is Gremlins.
Gremlins.
Your number,
Fuck off, whatever else you are.
your number 30 seed is The Killing Fields.
That's what I said. Which ones are the real monsters? Pol Pot or Gremlins?
Well,
In this essay.
there's a point where one of the gremlins pulls a pot out of the cupboard and hits somebody with
Pulled
it. So
pot.
That's a reference.
Yeah, pulled pot.
that's history, baby.
It feels so bad.
But
Yeah, Ryan said that the other movie actually sucks, so I'm fine with saying Gremlins. It's Ryan's
oh,
fault.
you remember when I say that?
It's just they're the little gremlins guys.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Although, interesting enough, if you fed Pol Pot after a certain hour, more Pol Pots. Gremlins?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let's just move on fast.
No shame.
It's not Selma. We're fine. Your number 10 seed is Dune. Your number 23rd seed is Repo Man.
Oh wow. Oh wow. This is like two very 84 movies.
By the way, the movie 1984 came out in 1984.
Oh yeah. Was
Not
it
on the bracket?
A little on the nose.
It wasn't even on the off bracket stuff.
Yeah.
I
Is
wondered.
it so low?
Was it an English movie that maybe didn't actually come out here
Mm.
in 84?
Maybe they released it in 85, yeah.
Oh my god! Could you even imagine? Hey, you should see this movie.
Change the title then.
Yeah, like, we all know what happened. We're not gonna. This is just
We were
last year.
there.
They
Big hair.
Why are you still talking about last year in March? What are you doing?
they released it on the
Who would
wrong
do
day and they
that?
were like, or well, maybe next time.
Repo Man is my vote.
Yeah, I guess mine too. Oh, I should have said
Even
Dune.
though I encourage.
Hold on,
everybody
no wait.
to
I
watch
want you to go to Dune and make you decide, Ryan.
Shit. Should producer Mike be thinking about SEO? Because Dune would probably do better.
That's
I disagree. We can't get in the SEO of Dune will never be. It's like a big sea of sand. Repo Man. We're there.
like the waters
We're
of
the
Caladan.
worms.
Your number 3 seed is A Nightmare on Elm Street. Your number 30 seed is A No Amor, a movie we literally did not talk about at all.
It's. I mean, one of them is super impactful.
I know
It's
more.
Nightmare. I know more.
We're not going to talk.
We were all
about
waiting
it.
for Mike's classic joke
I know
structure.
more.
I know more on Elm Street.
Do you think I'm going to be afraid of Nightmare on
Yeah,
Elm Street?
for sure. There's a couple scenes I'm thinking of right now,
Oh man.
and I haven't seen this movie in years.
Greg texted us the other day and he was like, I started watching the new Megamind series and I am so afraid.
I'm gonna switch over to the wiki. I'm gonna wiki this because I got the sense these movies became dumb. But is this first one pretty?
It's
scary?
Yeah.
it's a legit movie, dude.
Yeah.
He barely calls anybody bitch in this movie. He's just.
Your number 14 seed, because of me, is All of Me. Your number 19 seed is Sleepaway Camp. And this is interesting because Greg likes Ryan and hates horror movies. Mike hates Ryan and loves horror movies. So I do want to go to a vote for this. Mike, All of Me or Sleepaway Camp?
I'll vote for all of Ryan.
All of Me?
Yeah.
Greg?
I'm also all of me because I actually saw this. This movie was like kind of in rotation in the old Greg household, and it's just so good when he starts trying to walk two ways at the same time.
That's hilarious. My
That sounds fun.
my vote is for Sleepaway Camp, but it does not matter.
You fucker.
All right. This is where we tell Robert Bresson to
Press on.
press on because it's going up against Amadeus.
Yeah.
Now, can we
Ooh.
get Bresson into this next round? But this is Milos. This is Milos Forman, who directed One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, which
Yeah.
almost didn't win a different season.
I'm not gonna
Oh.
lie to you. Amadeus is a bridge movie between the two vibes that we're building in this season, which is that it is both like
Greg is writing segments right now.
Yeah.
It is both one of these big blockbusters. It is a popcorn movie, but it is also artistic and beautiful and interesting. It's everything. And if Paris, Texas isn't our winner, I have a feeling Amadeus might be.
Is there a cat named Salieri in this movie?
There is. Yeah.
There is. He's so fucking mediocre, Mike. He writes like 89 symphonies, and it's like, who even fucking cares?
And that's-
you mediocre wet bitch.
Just like people once told me, and I didn't know if it was an insult or compliment, that Reaper Man was my personality. I've also been told I'm a Salieri, so I need to figure out what that
That's
means.
so much harsher, dude.
He based.
Who
Yeah.
told you these things?
That's Salieri comes off pretty bad in this movie. His main crime is not being Amadeus level.
I'm going to say that Mozart doesn't come off great, though. Constant farter.
Party boy. Party boy for days.
He'll play the piano and then just fart.
Just rip one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am so sorry, Bresson, right? But
Yeah. We're sorry, Bresson.
Amadeus.
rock me, Amadeus. Your final battle is Brian De Palma's 17th Hitchcock mock-up body double versus your 11th seed Stop Making Sense. And guys, I'm a little bit nervous because I know that we could do an incredible body double show, but a Stop Making Sense show is going to be difficult.
This has been handed to us by the gods,
Would be-
though.
Iconic.
This is our job. This is like what we signed up to do, is to make the tough shows.
What if David Byrne wins the Moody for Best Actor?
Best actor.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
that's-
Have you seen him in
that
that? He
suit's
catches the
so
lamp.
big,
His suit is gigantic.
right? That's not normal.
And
he wouldn't be acting that way.
If I was in that
normally.
suit, I would fall the fuck over.
What's fun, spoiler,
This
it
is not
doesn't
my
show
big
up right
suit.
away. So you're like, I guess it's baggy for like half the movie, and then you go, oh.
There's a bigger suit. Holy shit!
I also kind of think that it speaks to the show in that, like, we're demi over De Palma. You know, like, we'll take a demi concert movie
Yes.
over a De Palma, like, narrative movie. That's crazy.
For me, I think it's just that it's such a big chance. Like, I don't really think we're gonna do this again, where we talk about a concert movie. But
Not until 2023, and we talk about the Eras movie. Oh, wait, shit, we already did 2023. We didn't talk about Eras.
Or the Beyonce movie. But we have 2024 with the J-Lo.
Hell
Oh,
yeah!
we're going to fucking talk about that.
in the century of the year, where we
Yeah,
rip
that's
on it for
exactly.
1 solid minute.
Oh, that minute's so good.
Gentlemen, we have our 16 movies. Do you want them in alphabetical order on the fly?
We
Yes.
did it.
I can't believe it because I tuned out most of these battles, so I'm excited to hear what we're doing.
I apologize to Greg's The Bounty, but Mike and Ryan's movies made it into the 16.
Wow! Congrats.
Your,
I'm so fucking excited.
your movies are The Terminator, Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo, Once Upon a Time in America, The Karate Kid, Paris, Texas, This is Spinal Tap, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai, Ghostbusters, Beverly Hills Cop, Gremlins, Repo Man, A Nightmare on Elm Street, All of Me, Amadeus, and Stop Making Sense.
Hell yeah.
This rules.
We 84'd the shit out of this list.
We did it. We came up with the greatest movies of 1984.
The only reason I'm sad is Muppets Take Manhattan. But other than that,
Yeah.
Just so you
There'll
know,
be some bonus odes.
one of those movies that you just listed right there, Ryan, is 84th movie of the year. We don't know which one yet.
God damn it, is it really?
Yeah.
Is it really Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom?
I don't think it's that one, but it is one
Could
of them,
be.
Ryan. It is one of them.
I'd love, before we even start, knocking some of them off.
Just
our
say
list.
which ones
And
are not
Indiana
gonna win.
But
Jones.
it's not.
Indiana
Okay,
Jones
let's
not
be real.
gonna
It's not
win.
fucking that
Stop
one.
making sense. Not gonna win. We're just put you as like a novelty thing. That we put you
We're
in
gonna
for.
piss people off. It's not gonna be Ghostbusters.
Yeah, it's not going to be Ghostbusters. The Karate
Oh.
Kid, no chance.
I would-
Definitely going to be a show. Definitely not going to talk. Not
I'd
gonna
put
win.
Stop Making Sense far ahead of Indiana Jones. I think it could be Stop Making Sense. I think that it could hit us in the right moment.
I think-
Definitely more a better chance than Indiana Jones.
yeah, certainly. But that's because Indiana Jones has like literally no chance.
So it's 0.1%.
Gremlins has literally no chance.
Hey,
Like-
you shut your goddamn mouth.
but they're going to be fun
Gremlins
to talk
can
about.
Take it all down.
Not all the ones that make it to like, get episodes is because they have a shot to win. It's because they would make a good episode, and
Guys-
we couldn't talk about the year without them.
And this, to me, like, these 16 are 84. I don't know if this is recency bias, and you tell me if it is, but I think this is going to be the best season we've ever had.
I agree with that. I think that like we are so geared up, we're locked in, and this is our best roster of 16 movies that we've ever put together.
It's the movies that I want to watch the most out of any year, for sure.
Yeah.
yeah.
Not. Do you know what's fun is to pitch these to friends and family to be like, "This is what we're doing tonight." Often in a season they go,
Yeah.
"What is that?" or "Ugh," and now they're gonna be like, "Hell yeah!"
I'll watch the Karate Kid. I don't give a shit.
Oh, man, why do none of Greg's family members give a shit?
I wish his mom gave a little bit of a shit.
Come on, you should.
So this is it. I'm going to host it. Greg and Mike, I hope that you get a chance to be panelists on some of these. That would be
see.
awesome.
I imagine we will for some of them at least.
Okay.
I'll show up for Stop
Well,
Making
no,
Sense.
get invited first, and then
Yeah.
decide what you're going to show up for.
Oh, I had a golden ticket from last season that I get to pick one movie I definitely am on this season.
Oh, is that what the broken-ass loser gets? That's cool.
Yep.
Yep, that's me. That's what I got.
I hate how he does that. Like,
I
I'm trying to
feel
insult
like-
him.
The host is already set up against me this season. I don't love that.
Fuck
You know what? I feel like it's a pretty fair start, honestly.
Greg, that's 5 points
Thank you.
in the next show.
Thank you, Ryan.
When we come back, we're watching these movies. So I would, oh God, I fucking implore you, please, people, keep watching these movies.